Hello everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome back to Elder Scrolls Online and our Dark Elf Arcanist playthrough. Thank you guys for clicking on the video and joining me here today. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you are all doing well. To start things off, we're going to head down here and we're going to check out this dungeon, Tel Draloth. I don't know what it is, but we're going to find out. We also have a couple of other side quests along the way, and then we have another objective all the way back here. Luckily, we should be able to port when we want to go take care of that.
There's the main tower, and you can see the isolation tower to the north there.
Alright, so this is actually the place where we're going to be rescuing the son of the sorceress lady. We think that he is being held against his will. That's what we're doing here.
They're not like the towers back home, but they're beautiful in their own way.
Very interesting. I love all the art and all the architecture, and just like everything visually about the game is absolutely always amazing to me. Just the amount of detail that they put into every single aspect of all the environments. And it doesn't really matter like what zone you're in. They're all like equally detailed and just very well done.
Good. Nobody's noticed us so far.
Let's check over here first before we go up. Is this a dresser? Oh, that's so cool. Oh man, that's awesome. It looks like it could also be like a sofa, like on top of it. Ah, she is body blocking us. There we go. I guess I really should be looting everything that is not marked as theft, because presumably we can sell it. Alright, it looks like we're gonna enter the personal chambers.
The key is in that chest. It's a spare for when the researchers misplace theirs. Got it? Let's speak for a moment. All right, we have the key. This is going better than I thought it would. And it's strange. Everything looks so different in here without the wards. It all feels so empty.
Wards? What wards?
Nathan's protective wards. You know, Sethiel's magic barriers that kept Nathan's half of the tower in isolation. I couldn't cross them at all. They certainly made tidying up a bit of a trial. I mentioned the wards before, didn't I?
You did not.
Sorry. I guess I've been here so long it's become normal to me. Sethiel said the outside world would kill Nathan, and she was working on a cure. But as far as I know, she and her husband were trying to cure the Nahatan flu.
Oh wait, there's a husband now?
He died years ago, when Nathan was just a baby, from the disease they were trying to cure. Sethiel must be sheltering Nathan for fear of losing him, too. She's doing it out of love. That I can understand.
My problem with this is, she just said that she was sheltering him from the outside world because the outside world would kill him, and he seems to have some kind of disease. So what if, like, him leaving literally causes him to die, and that's why she's going through all these means to keep him here? We'll see. Now that we have the key, how do we get to Nathan?
We'll take the portal pad to the cellar. Then the key will get us into the labs. From there, it's just making our way through the caverns to the isolation tower. As long as we don't cross Sethiel, the others will be too busy to stop us.
And what happens if we do run into her?
Good question. I've never known her to be particularly combative, but if Nathan's wards were any indication, she does wield very powerful magic. Which she may use to escort us out.
And what about the researchers? Will they try to stop us?
Nathan's well-being is a family affair, and the researchers are far more focused on their work. They're tasked with observing their subjects for the slightest changes, so they won't keep their eyes on us for long, anyway.
Their subjects?
Test subjects for her experiments. Animals, as far as I know. Some of the experiments are rather grisly. I kept away from the lab for that exact reason. I've heard some of these Telvanni use slaves for such things.
Oh.
But Sethiel's not like that.
Has Mistress Drilloth tested any of these cures on Nathan?
No, and that's exactly what worries me. She's tested no cures on him because there's nothing to cure. He's not sick. She just wants control. Poor Nathan. His mother loves him, but it's almost like she's the one with the sickness.
Did she explain to us why she's so sure that he's not actually sick? Alright, we're going into the caverns.
I don't think I've ever seen it this empty down here. Where is everyone? Wait. What are these subjects doing out of containment?
Uh-oh. Looks like we've had a little problem at the laboratories. It's never good when the subjects break free. That's like how most horror games start.
Why are they like this? What has Sethiel done to them?
I mean, is laser beaming people in the face ever going to get old? It really doesn't feel like it's going to. For some reason, it's just a really fun ability just to stand here, and I love that we have full motion while doing it.
Are those research notes? Look around. Maybe there's something here that explains what happened.
I remind myself when doubt creeps in like vermin into my mind. I was right. I am right. His death was not for nothing. My work will bear fruit soon. We are close to a breakthrough. We must be. Demon Spore Sample number 1105. More rapid breakdown on living matter than ever seen to date. Hostility of the spores increases with the subject's acute emotional distress. I estimate double the rapidity of necrosis since the acute emotional attachment noted starting with sample number 902. My wards may not hold if something provokes a stronger response. Precaution: super isolated quarantine and twice daily ward refresh until subject returns to emotional equilibrium. Based on the attachment and distress response in question, this may take quite some time and will cause quite the drain on my magic and energy. We will need to shrink size of wards for smaller confinement area. We'll consider use of tranquilizing agents if contagion is breached or situation is deemed too dangerous. Test subjects acquired and caged, ostensibly ready for testing, which brings me to my next point. Cure synthesis series number 6905 through 6999. Blocked until I can find more reliable help. Regret dismissing Dacia, the house servant girl, but the situation was far too dangerous already. Where am I supposed to coax dependable help from? Slaves do not meet my need and ask far too many questions. I've heard even Ferdero has had trouble keeping on mercenaries these days. But I don't need a mercenary. I don't need more lab assistants. I need another me, and I'd work on that problem, but I've had my hands full with this one for the last 20-odd years. So it seems like something really is going on with Nathan. I don't know what else to say. Note to Nathan. Nathan, I am leaving Taldraloth. I have come into some wealth due to the death of a distant relative and have no need to work as a servant anymore. Mistress Draloth says I should not tell you where I intend to go, first because she was always right about your condition and leaving your wards will surely kill you. Second, because I mean to live out the rest of my days in peace and luxury, married to some rich stranger. It is what I deserve, after all. I have worked through and how hard I have worked in service of your mother. While I cannot say that I envy that I ever truly loved you, I do not wish you dead. Do not come after me. Do as your mother says, she knows best. She wrote a fake note.
What's that?
From this girl.
It looks like a letter.
Yeah, it is. It's a fake letter.
What did you find? Anything that explains what's happened?
We found research notes and a letter. Did you write this?
Let me see. No, I'd never write such a thing. Did Cecile write this?
Mm-hmm.
Does she really think this sounds like me? What did the research notes say?
Cecile is testing for some kind of cure and has notes on some toxic spore interfering with her wards.
Spores? The researchers spoke of those. Little seeds on the air, invisible to the eye like flu or fever. I think that's how molds and mushrooms make more of themselves. Delman spore sample. Delman. Delman? What is that? It sounds like a name.
You don't know what it means?
It sounds familiar. I just can't place where I've heard it before. She mentions these toxic spores interfering with wards. Does that mean Nathan's wards? If these spores reach the isolation tower, he could be in danger.
I mean, they've turned everything else into monsters, so yeah, let's keep moving and see if we can find him. I want to make a tab really quick where I can have like nothing pop up. I want to make like an immersion tab where we can kind of hang out in that tab and there's nothing in the tab besides like character dialogue. Let's check out, yeah, I want to get rid of all this stuff. That way we don't have a lot of distractions. Perfect.
The observation outpost! What happened? Where is everyone?
Well, they probably got hit by these things. That's just my guess. Alright, we hit level 5. Let's take a look. I just really don't see a good reason to go into weapon skills at all. I'm not really using my weapon. I'm gonna focus magicka. And I don't really think I need to use the weapon improve hiding, soul magic, and dark elf skills. We have a bonus to dual wielding. Increases your max magicka. Yeah, let's go ahead and take this. Increases your max magicka and max stamina by 825. Yes, please.
Tunche? Thank the 8 you're all right.
Daisha, stranger, you shouldn't be here. Too dangerous. Go no further.
What happened? Are you going to be alright?
Spores nearly killed me. Barely. barely exposed. Natural immunity. I will live. Heard shouting, then screaming. Everyone came running. Big mistake. Subject spores. Too strong. Wanted to escape.
What happened? Where is the subject now?
Mistress Dreloth. She coaxed him back to isolation. Delman, too strong. Stronger than I've ever seen.
Okay, who or what is Delman?
Delman. Mistress Dreloth's greatest experiment. The cure. The affliction. Delman did this. Trouble breathing. Barely survived. The other researchers, not so lucky. Too late for them. Go no further. You could be killed.
We'll be careful. You should rest now.
I'm glad Tunshe is all right. But he's just given us more questions than answers. I know he's one of her most trusted assistants, but if this Delman is one of Sathiel's experiments, how does Tunshe not blame her for what happened here?
We still don't understand exactly who or what Delman is.
I know, but... fetch it all! I just wish I could remember where I've heard it before. Delman. Delman.
Is it possible Nathan said something about it?
No, that's just the trouble. If Nathan had said or written it, I'd probably remember it exactly. Delman. Delman. It's on the tip of my tongue. Where did Tunshe say Sathiel took the subject again?
He said that she coaxed him back into isolation.
That must mean the isolation tower. Where Nathan is. Let's keep going. I don't know what we're going to do, but Sathiel needs to be stopped.
I'm ready. Let's keep moving.
The researchers too? Gods, what has she done? Wait, do you feel that? It's like we're being watched.
I've tolerated this incursion long enough. Whoever you are, you've fallen for Dacia's fanciful tale. And now you're enabling her dangerous obsession with my son.
Oh.
Nathan made his feelings for Dacia perfectly clear in the letter he wrote. Or was that vital piece of information kept from you?
The only letter I've seen is the one from Dacia saying she didn't love Nathan. Did you write that?
So what if I did? They'd both do well to believe it. They can never be together, do you hear me? Never! Leave this place! Forget all that you've seen, or you'll end up worse than Tunshe.
What did you do to Nathan? Does this have something to do with Delman?
Delman? Where did you hear this name, Delman?
We found your notes. Tunshe said Delman was responsible for what happened to the lab.
Ah, I see. So your half-informed mind proves far more dangerous than an uninformed one. You cannot help. Leave this place or I will do everything in my remaining power to stop you.
We're not leaving until we find Nathan. I do feel like we're interfering here, and whatever we do, we are going to make matters much, much worse. Oh, dear God. They're ripping him apart? This is not good. Runic Jolt can now be morphed. Alright. Let's have a look. Oh, Rune Blades can be morphed as well. So for Rune Blades, do we want Writhing Rune Blades? New effect has increased critical chance for each active crux. One of you guys let me know in a comment. I believe it's pronounced crux. So I'll try to get that right going forward. Or deals increased damage, and the last rune deals damage in an area. That sounds really good. I kind of like the area effect. And then... oh, we need another skill point for this. Okay, that's fine. We'll get it next time. Wait, we don't have any quest here. Oh, it would help if we talked to her.
Delman
Yeah.
was her husband.
There we go.
That's right. I must have heard it from her once, long ago when she first brought me on. He died from the Nahatan flu. The thing she's trying to cure. I've never seen her like this before.
If Delman has been dead for so long, how could he be responsible for what happened in the lab?
I don't know. Has she gone mad? Was she always this way? If so, she's been hiding it, and I can't blame her. If she were carted off to Gorn, she'd be parted from Nathan. The thought of it probably only made things worse for her.
Are you sure you want to keep going?
If you mean to heed Cethiel's words and leave, then I'll have to go on alone. Nathan is my whole world.
Alright, I'm
not
with you.
leaving without him.
Let's keep going then. I feel like it's going to end badly, but we'll keep going.
You cannot fight the danger that lies ahead. This is your last chance. Dacia, turn back, or you may never leave this tower again.
I have a feeling that Dacia's not going to make it out of this alive.
Dacia, stay back! I tried to escape, but she was right. My mother was right about everything.
Nathan, what are you talking about? We're here to rescue you.
Stay back from the ward. Mother says it's already in a weakened state due to the strength of my affliction. I don't recognize you, stranger. What are you doing with Dacia?
She hired me to come rescue you.
Rescue? Then she really does love me? There was this note, you see. I was certain it was fake, but then I saw you and, well, I started to wonder. But I cannot leave. If you came through the caverns, you must have seen what I'm capable of.
That was you? Tunche said that Delman was responsible for what happened.
My father, yes. The affliction my mother gave me. She named it after him. I didn't know until I tried escaping. The wards were never for my protection. They kept others safe from me. If I had left with Dacia when we planned, she'd be dead.
What did she afflict you with?
A living cure. A symbiote that protects its host with toxic spores. I would not be alive without it, and it would not thrive without me. All these years, she really has been trying to cure me so I might live a normal life. Why did I ever doubt her?
Where is she now?
So now you know the truth. I'd kept this secret from Nathan his whole life. That he might not grow up knowing he was a monster of my own making. That he might keep his will to live while I sought a cure. After all, I gave him the Nahaten flu and cured him of that too.
You infected your own son with the Nahaten flu?
Delmin and I were trying to save the world. A promising fungal spore sample was on its way from Black Marsh when Delmin caught the very thing we were trying to cure. And I lost him. I had to know if the spores would have saved him. And now I know.
Why don't the spores affect you?
Nathan came from me. I am enough of him that the fungal symbiote does not register me as a separate entity.
Clever.
And therefore not a threat to its host. That is when I named it. Delman Mycota. The cure, like love. That would be with us always.
Couldn't you have told Dacia the truth about Nathan's condition?
The truth is a poor cure for love. I did not want Dacia to share my fate of being shackled to Tel Dreloff by her own heartstrings. So I tried to drive her away. But since hers is a love that clearly cannot be cured, I have devised a choice for her.
Oh dear. What choice?
If Dacia is willing, I can safely inoculate her with the same spores I used on Nathan. She will share his affliction and his confinement. But they will be together, and she will want for nothing, except perhaps her freedom.
Right, and what if she doesn't want that?
Then she can make herself useful and help me find a cure. I'll hire her on again. I need someone dependable to procure rare ingredients to keep testing possible cures for Delman Mycota. Perhaps someday she can be one of my researchers.
All your researchers are dead except for one. Is anyone going to hold you accountable for that?
My researchers signed on with me because of my area of study. They knew the dangers of Delman Mycota as well as its potential. All that space in the labs was necessary for safe experimentation. I regret their loss, but they knew the risks.
It seems like their deaths could have been avoided if you had told Nathan or Dacia the truth.
Or if I had time to think of a more believable lie to tell the both of them. I knew they had been meeting for quite some time. When I overheard their plans to run away together, I had to act quickly, or else risk Dacia's certain death.
So you knew how they felt about each other?
Of course I did. I was glad for it at first. Dacia brought Nathan happiness. If only they could have remained content being in love, with the wards up between them.
Well, that was never going to happen.
It was only when they doubted me that things got dangerous. And now, here we are.
Are you confident you can find a cure for Nathan?
I've been studying Delman Mycota for over 20 years. If anyone can find a cure, it's me. I'm not about to abandon my life's most important work. There has to be something that can eradicate the fungus once it's disposed of the Nahaten flu.
If Dacia chooses to be inoculated, are you going to carry out experiments on her?
What does it matter if she and Nathan are able to live out their days together? I'd only prioritize curing her. But I am a researcher. I am not above recognizing the benefit of additional subjects with which to compare results.
Right, exactly. I don't understand. How does Delman Mycota work?
I suppose my research notes wouldn't give you the whole picture, would they? Toonshay, one of my most devoted researchers, discovered it in a pool of brackish water deep within Black Marsh. Its capture and transport was quite the undertaking.
Nathan said it was a symbiote. How does that work?
When bonded inside the lungs of its host, Delman Mycota passively produces spores toxic to almost all non-fungal life, as you saw in the caverns. It seems to eradicate anything that might threaten the life of its host, including the Nahaten flu.
And then how does it find a new host?
It is sensitive to smoke, a herald of fire, which causes it to release reproducing spores in anticipation of finding a new host. These are the spores we would use to inoculate Dacia, if that is what she chooses.
And their spores won't be harmful to one another if they're both inoculated?
Correct. Somehow, Delman Mycota recognizes itself, and of course doesn't see itself as a threat. Argonians like Toonshay are a different case, but only barely. Their natural resistance to toxins very nearly meets its match with Delman Mycota.
Alright, well, I have a feeling we're going to make this choice for her,
Nathan and I could finally be together.
which I'm not really
But the
comfortable
way
with.
to do so means becoming his mother's experiment. But I'd be safe, provided for. I'd get to dance and sing every day with the one I love. Some would kill for such a gentle life.
You could consider the other option, or you could just leave.
Leaving for good is no option for me. My heart is Nathan's and his is mine. If I don't give up my freedom, I can help Cecile find a cure. I'd get to see the world like I always wanted, but I'd be in her service. And I'd be alone.
Yeah, still, I feel like that's a better option than being stuck in the orange bubble with this guy. You'd really give up your freedom? There's no guarantee you'll find a cure.
Life offers no guarantee of love either. But I found that, didn't I? I don't see it as giving up my freedom. I see it as a choice of how I get to show my love. But
Nah.
my heart is split.
You're gonna feel trapped eventually.
If you were in my place,
And you're gonna grow
which
spiteful.
would you choose?
And you're gonna end up hating each other. I would keep my freedom, work with her, and try to find a cure.
I made it this far.
And that's what I'm gonna have her do.
I can work and wander a bit longer to have Nathan by my side
Yes.
for good someday.
Because you can always,
Cecile
go in there
and I
later.
are going to find that cure. Thank you for helping me see the best path forward,
Yes, I feel
stranger.
good about that.
Here's your reward.
Daisha, I love you. I'm glad you're going to see the world.
Nathan, until you can see it with me, my road will always lead back to Tel Drelov.
Alright. That is it for that one. Let's see, we could probably teleport out. You know what, let's not, because we're really close to some other objectives that we need. Let's navigate ourselves out of here. Oh, not up here, I don't think. That's the isolation tower cellar. There we go. I think this is the back door. That gets us right back outside. That's really awesome. Okay. So now we can head this way. That was a really cool story. I enjoyed it. It didn't take the turn that I thought it was going to take. And everybody lived, surprisingly. So that was really nice. That must be the AoE effect we're seeing, that explosion there at the end. That's really cool. Oh, we leashed him. I realized that in this game, the enemies seem to have a really short leash. They can't follow you for very far. And I do tend to kite a little bit on this class. Looks like we have another waypoint over here. And another quest, which we're definitely going to check out.
Well, that was a waste of time. No one goes to Salem Mora anymore, and now I can see why. Getting badgered by priests and buoyant armigers isn't worth seeing the one impressive relic they keep at the shrine. Is that where you're headed?
What shrine? What's going on?
The Shrine of St. Voorhees, patron saint of House Telvanni? It's the only reason why anyone would go to Salem Mora. I stopped by to see the relic of St. Boris, but the High Priest wouldn't even let me get close enough to get a good look.
What's so special about this relic?
I didn't stay long enough to find out. Apparently, it's an honor just to be in its mere presence. Didn't feel like anything special to me. If you're headed that way, maybe you can see what all the fuss is about.
Alright, maybe we'll go take a look.
Good luck, outsider. You're going to need it.
Oh. Well, that's a little ominous. Let's head over here first and we'll gather the volcanic stinkhorn, and then we'll go up and we'll check out the temple. I have to mention that I'm really loving how unique the environment is here. I haven't seen a lot of things like this in video games, but I really dig like the fungal forest, there's a volcano, there's like, you know, areas where you see what you expect. You know, you see normal looking trees, normal looking grass, but then it has like this other side to it that is very alien. And I think it's really, really cool. Alright, so what is going on here exactly? It looks like some kind of ancient warrior, somebody wearing armor, wielding two weapons. Doesn't really seem to be anything else going on here. And I guess, oh wait, we have a person to talk to. I just completely missed them.
The talisman of St. Boris will be mine, and I'm all yours, Relasi.
Oh.
If you can catch me.
The Lark of Rosgard is so smug when he's got the high ground. He won't be so smug when he's level with my boot. And his little disappearing act. Let me get my hands on him, and I'll make him disappear.
Oh, what's going on here?
That fetching thief has been a thorn in my side for far too long. He's planning to rob the shrine at Salin Mora of the sacred relic of St. Boris. I need extra hands if I'm to stop him. Yours could do. Are you looking for work?
What would you need me to do?
Stand in for me at the shrine and the Khajiit caravan nearby. Ask questions. Search for any clues or suspicious activity and assure the High Priest that I have everything under control. Help me. And I'll make sure you're compensated for your time.
Alright, I will help you with your investigation.
High Priest Treelan will be your point of contact at the shrine. He seems insistent the Khajiit are involved in the heist somehow. I have a feeling they're only guilty of poor timing. Meet me back here when you're done.
Who are you exactly, though, and how did you get involved in all this?
I'm Relasi. I'm a buoyant armiger, and I serve the will of the Tribunal. I'm fully aware that I may be more straight-laced than other armigers you've met. No need to remark on it. My standing orders are to apprehend the Lark. That's why I'm here.
It sounds like you and the Lark have a history.
History? That's one way to put it. The others in my order seem to delight in romanticizing this cat-and-mouse dynamic the Lark plays up between us. I tell you, There's nothing poetic about persistently playing the fool in someone else's story.
Fair. So he's escaped you before. When?
I can detail the charges of his past exploits once we've caught him. Arrogant Fetcher might even tell you himself. See, he has to evade me every time. I only have to capture him once. By Vivek, and with your help, today's going to be the day.
Who is he and why is he so interested in the relic?
The Lark of Rosgard is a slippery, pompous, no-good brigand. He plots his exploits and picks his marks to sow misery, reap notoriety, and make my life difficult. I know very little about the relic. You might ask about it up at the shrine.
You don't know anything about what he's trying to steal.
The Talisman of St. Voorhees is exactly what you'd expect. It's gaudy and ancient, and the High Priest will no doubt be thrilled to enlighten you on its history. Those details don't help me in stopping the Lark, which is my primary concern.
How do you know I'm not working with the Lark?
Please, the Lark of Rosgard enlist an accomplice? That fetching glory hound would never. That fetching wasn't in regards to his looks.
Oh, it seemed like it was.
His mask prevents me from making any objective assessment. What else did you want to know?
Why do you want me to investigate the caravan and the shrine?
I fear the Lark might leave a note for me at the shrine, if he hasn't already. Aggravating little habit of his. Keep it hidden from the High Priest if you can. He already thinks little of me for how I've handled the Khajiit camp.
How have you handled the Khajiit camp?
In short, I haven't. They're Bandari peddlers, a group of nomads with a bit of an unsavory reputation for theft. High Priest Treelam thinks they have something to do with the intended theft of the Talisman of St. Voorhees. I'm not convinced.
Why not?
A caravan of alleged pickpockets taking blame for the Lark's grand larceny? That's preposterous. And worse, it's unjust. Questioning from an armiger seems unnecessarily hostile. I'm glad to send you in my stead.
What will you be doing while I go to the caravan and the temple?
I've got a plan of my own already in motion. Crucial pieces of it need tending to. But I can tell you more about that when we meet up later. Unless you have more questions, I suggest you be on your way.
All right. Let's go.
Meet me here when you're done.
Why are we stopping here, when these dark elves lurk about the edges of our camp?
Oh, Shadea. You worry too much. Surely they mean us no harm.
Old fool. What is it you want?
Why is she
Your
so
nose
much
is
bigger
too
than the
close
other
to
ones?
My face.
She's very, very tall. Who are you?
This one is called Shadea. She and her mercenaries are here only to protect the caravan for coin. This one dislikes this place and will remain no longer than she must. You have questions? Talk to the elder. This one knows nothing.
Did you visit the shrine of St. Voorhees?
This one is not in the habit of paying tithes to foreign saints. The elder may have gone, but he insisted others stay at the camp. Fine by this one, so long as she gets paid.
Have you seen any suspicious activity around your camp?
Yes, a nosy walker came to spy and ask foolish questions. And Shadea was the only one bothered by this. Then again, the elder and his family are Bandari. They are used to being treated like criminals.
She's talking about us.
Anything else, nosy walker?
What do you do exactly?
Stand a bit closer and find out.
Oh.
This one is quick with her blade and does not hesitate to stick it in those who ask for it. Pray that won't be you.
So you're a mercenary?
Bother someone else if you're looking for a job, Walker. This one's band has no room to cut in another share. These peddlers can barely afford us as it is.
Okay.
Luck be with you, Walker. This one is Elier Sudro, Caravan Elder. Our wares and coin are in short supply, but our camp is open to all who may seek to rest and be at ease. What does your heart seek that we may provide?
Has anyone else come through your camp recently?
No. We Bandari are used to scrutiny, but rarely from such a distance. The Dark Elves in these lands seem colder than most. This is no matter. This one extends his warmest welcomes to you instead.
Did you visit the shrine of St. Boris nearby?
The shrine. Oh, that shrine. It is a place holy to Dark Elves, yes? Of little interest to us Khajiit. This one is late in his years and does not remember. But he may have accidentally wandered through. Yes, that was probably so.
And have you seen any strange activity around your camp?
Ask Shadea. This one thought it sensible to hire protection while crossing a land rife with slavers, and her sharp eyes miss nothing. And you are welcome to ask around our camp, Walker. Make yourself at home among the Bandari.
What brought you to the Telvanni Peninsula?
As Bandari, our travels take us wherever the roads may lead us. The roads happen to lead us here, to this Selen Mora. We sought to stay at the grand outpost east of here, but it seems to be in ruins.
Can you tell me more about the Bandari?
Perhaps you have come across our kind in your travels before. No matter. We are traveling merchants, seeking to sell our wares in all corners of the land. This one was born on the road and has traveled with this caravan all of his days.
So everyone in the caravan is your family?
Shadea and her mercenaries are not, though they would be welcome among us if they desired to be. Our clan opens its arms to those who wish to follow the way of the Bandari. Very different from what this one has seen of these Telvanni, yes?
How long do you think you'll stay here?
This one has seen many years pass and wearies more easily of travel. He thinks just this one more night will do well for his aching bones. You are welcome to join us, Walker. We have food and tents to spare for those who share our company.
Nice. Alright, what next? We need to investigate the temple now.
All may bask in the talisman's divine glory. From a respectful distance, please. Excuse me. Please step back from the relic.
Nope. I don't know what happened to that note. We were about to read it, and then it vanished. Dearest Relasi, I'd hate for you to think your hard work here has gone unnoticed. I noticed. Talk soon, your Lark Rosgard. Okay.
If you're here to bask in the presence of the talisman of St. Voorhees, I humbly ask that you do so out of arm's reach. If you have any questions about the relic's history, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
I'm here because Relazi hired me to help her stop the relic from being stolen.
Shh, not so loud. This is a very delicate situation. We need to ensure that what few pilgrims we have aren't scared off by any of this. Relasi hasn't exactly kept us apprised of her plans. What did she send you to do?
She wanted me to search for anything suspicious and assure you she has everything under control.
Of course she did. That's it. I'm sending a priest to shadow her. After Relossi came through to examine the talisman, I've had to stand watch. I've made sure not to let anyone get too close, especially not any outsiders. It's been exhausting.
Have you had any visitors that weren't Dark Elves?
An Elder Khajiit came by and showed more genuine curiosity for St. Voris than any Telvanni that visited the shrine in years. I'm not worried about him, Sarah. I've heard the dangerous ones travel in groups, like that caravan nearby. Mind yourself.
What can you tell me about the history of this shrine?
I'm so glad you asked.
I'm sure you are.
This shrine has stood since the dawn of the Second Era in honor of St. Voris the Immolent, patron saint of House Telvanni. I am the High Priest, and I oversee the care of our most valued relic, the Talisman of St. Voris.
And go ahead, what's the story behind the talisman?
St. Voris believed that we honor our ancestors through the forceful expression of will over others. The gem within the relic exemplifies this belief. It was claimed in conquest during his march across elsewhere.
The forceful expression of will over others, so like enslavement? I don't know. Conquering and enslavement? St. Voris stole the gem from Khajiit and elsewhere?
Not stole, claimed in conquest.
So stole it. Killed them and
stole it. The shrine is
it.
dedicated to exercising our forceful expression of will. We hope to someday unravel the hidden mystical properties held by the gem that eluded even the great Saint Voris until his death.
You mean no one has been able to figure out what the gem inside the talisman can do?
Testing one's will on the talisman serves as a humbling reminder that forceful expression of one's will is an unending journey. Salem Mora used to be a haven for aspiring Telvanni, pilgrims eager to test their mettle. But alas, those days are gone.
People don't visit anymore? Why not?
Most come to visit the crypts. Few stay to properly observe the majesty of the relic. I cannot understand why. Admittedly, we have had an influx of visitors since this Lark character announced his intentions to steal the talisman.
So the heist is drawing in more visitors.
I'd hate to think that spectacle was the only thing calling pilgrims to the shrine anymore. And if the Lark succeeds, there won't be anything here worth visiting for at all. Please, make sure Relossi stops him, will you?
All right. So maybe, just maybe it's some kind of scam. Maybe the people at the shrine, they want like the publicity, so they're kind of staging
the Lark
this.
is in the crypts. He just slipped past.
Oh no. What happened?
I just saw him.
Oh.
The Lark of Rosgard. He's in the crypts. Just need a moment to catch my breath.
What happened?
I was setting up protective runes in the crypts when some swift priest came bumbling in after me and set them off. We were forced to flee when the spirits of the interred attacked us.
Oh.
And then the Lark of Rosgard managed to slither into the crypts.
Won't he get attacked by the spirits?
He's so slippery, there's no guarantee they'll even slow him down. Quickly, please. If you can help deter the spirits, I'm sure we can corner him and stop this once and for all.
All right, let's do it.
Quickly, into the crypts. We can't let him get away.
I feel like maybe I'm being tricked in some way. I just don't know what the motive would be.
Hurry! The Lark can't be too far ahead.
When we go into these dungeon areas, I kind of like the idea of being in first person.
Runes. It's almost like they're working against you, Relossi.
No! Get him!
Relossi, who's your friend? Are you ever going to introduce us?
Quit running away, and I'll do more than that.
I thought she said there were spirits in here. Oh dear. Okay. Oh, there are spirits. There's another player here. I often forget that we're sharing these environments, you know? It's not a personal instance. If there are other players, they're going to be here killing stuff.
I'm not switching sides!
That's why we weren't fighting any evil spirits. They'd all been cleared.
I know that fetcher's here somewhere. Let's see if we can draw him out.
And the talisman is mine! You know,
Nobody saw me. How could the Lark have known? He has the talisman. The real talisman.
Oh.
I made a replica of the original. Switched it out without the High Priest knowing. Then I hid the real one down here to
Why
keep
would you
it
do
safe.
that?
The High Priest refused my order to take the relic off display. He thinks it's safe as long as he's watching it. But the Lark could steal stripes off a cat. If I couldn't stop his heist, I thought I could at least trick him into taking a replica.
He saw through your trick, and he left this note for you at the shrine. Maybe we should have told you about the note earlier.
That arrogant swit! And if that foolish priest hadn't prematurely set off my runes, I'd have clipped the Lark's wings and had him dead to rights! Tell me this isn't over. Tell me you found something useful. Something at the Khajiit camp, maybe.
The Elder visited the shrine alone. I also found this story he wrote.
A story. Great. What reason would this Elder have to visit the... Wait. Did you read this? His legend says the relic holds this eye of Bandar. Fetch it all! I need you to get back to the camp quickly, before the High Priest intervenes.
I'll head back to the Bendari camp. What do you want me to do there?
Keep an eye on that Elder. If he's really involved, he may not know the danger he's put himself in. Believe me, even if only one of the Khajiit is conspiring with the Lark, the High Priest will make sure the entire caravan suffers for it.
And what are you going to do while I go to the camp?
I'll see to High Priest Treelam. I'll assure him that you're in pursuit of our thief and everything is going as planned. If
Why
you
is
don't manage
stopping
to
the
recover
Lark so important
talisman,
to you?
Well, because I'm an armiger. I should delight in such a grand and poetic experience. But no matter how clever or prepared I am, every chapter against the Lark ends with me playing the fool. This refrain only ends when I beat him for good.
Alright. Is there going to be a quick way out of here? I think so. There will probably be a back door.
Go ahead. I'll meet up with you soon.
Alright, guys, we are going to end today on a little bit of a cliffhanger. I'm interested to see how this plays out, but we're going to take a break right here for today. And next time we will head back down to the Bendari camp, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if we can finally apprehend the Lark. And then we'll probably get back on with our main story questing. I've been really enjoying this area a lot. Thank you guys for being here with me. I really do appreciate the support. If you are digging the series, leaving a like, ringing the bell, subbing to the channel, all of those things help me out immensely, and I appreciate those that do. Until next time, guys, take care of yourselves out there in the real world, and take care of each other, and we will see you back here again sometime very soon. Bye for now.